Everybody, welcome back to Last Night I Watched. We got the regular gang here. I am Ian, I have Mark, Carlos, and Roman, and today we're going to be talking about 1997's Copland. Let's go.
In the city of New York, a crime is committed every 8 seconds. But just across the river lies a quiet town called Garrison, New Jersey, where New York's finest return home.
The hero cop, unwilling to trust the system, jumps from the George Washington Bridge. Today, he is laid to rest here in the cemetery at Garrison, New Jersey.
So what brings you down to Fair City?
I heard it was a way of life out here. Thought I'd check it out for myself.
Where we, like the Amish now?
It's a place where the sheriff wears the badge, but the cops own the town.
My jurisdiction ends at the George Washington Bridge. But half the men I watch live beyond that bridge, where no one's watching. I'm watching. In fact, you're the sheriff of Copland.
He always dreamed of becoming one of them.
I'd like you to meet Sheriff Freddie Heflin.
Freddie's a hell of a guy.
Well, you should call me.
But now, he has uncovered something that could force him to choose between protecting his idols and upholding the law.
Babbage isn't dead, you know it, and I know it.
Do you have any idea how connected he is? It's over. The case is closed.
You butt heads with these friends of ours? You're gonna come at them head on?
I offered you a chance to be a cop, and you blew it!
Being right is not a bulletproof vest, Freddie! What are you gonna do, Sheriff? You gonna arrest the whole town? Everybody's watching you, Freddie.
Sylvester Stallone, Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, and Robert De Niro. Copland.
So, the main reason why we're talking about this movie is because the news broke on Thursday that Ray Liotta had passed away. And I was going, the first thing I thought of was like, because, I'll fall into the camp of like, I gotta watch Ray Liotta movies now. I did that. We didn't talk about it, but Fred Ward just recently passed away. So I thought immediately of Goodfellas. And I was like, I don't know, I kind of want to watch a Ray Liotta movie I've never seen before. So I'm looking through his filmography, and I find Copland. And I've never seen Copland. I had heard about it a lot. I know it's got this amazing cast. You got Sylvester Stallone, obviously Ray Liotta, Harvey Keitel, Robert Patrick, Robert De Niro. It's almost to the point where it's like, how did they make this movie with all these people? Like, that's amazing.
And why haven't I heard of it before?
Yeah. So I was like, I want to see if this found on HBO Max. Watched it, and here we are. We're going to talk about it. Did you guys like it?
I really liked it. 1997, so they're still using actual film back then, so there's not a lot of CGI or digital effects. So you really get that texture from film. Even looking at like the vehicles, I have that nostalgia for those 90s vehicles.
Me too.
I never thought I would.
I do tremendously.
Out here in 2022, I have it now. And that cast, man, like, you sent me the poster for this one, and right up front they got De Niro with Sylvester Stallone. What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
I know.
And even Michael Rappaport's in this
right.
one. He's one of my favorites too.
He's kind of the catalyst for the whole movie in a way, really.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like the major plot point.
Yeah, I love it whenever he shows up in films. He's hilarious.
Fun. He's a great guy.
Yeah. And it's covering a very topical theme in our society today.
Oh yeah.
Even to this day.
20-something
years later.
Yep.
We're still talking about how cops basically back the blue, and they back each other up no matter what.
Yeah.
They cover up each other's mistakes.
Yeah. Kind of race relations a little bit with we're going to frame the black guys.
They touch on a lot of race relations for sure in this one.
I read that they had more and they cut it out. Like apparently the dudes were like the Harvey Keitel's crew were like pretty racist.
Oh dang!
But they cut that out, maybe for the better.
Yeah, I think it was for the better.
Yeah.
They didn't focus too much on it, but they did bring up like,
I feel like they did it enough to make their point. Maybe,
yeah, to make the point.
It wasn't so heavy-handed.
Yeah.
A few years after the LA riots too.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson and all that.
Dang,
90s was, honestly, there was still a lot of race stuff going on in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
looking back on
pre 9/11, that was kind of one of the big focuses, right? So.
Speaking of pre 9/11, at the very end, we get a zoom up shot to the Twin Towers.
Yep.
It's always nice seeing.
One thing I don't know if that ending is in the director's cut. We watched the theatrical cut. That's what's on HBO Max. I tried to look up what the differences are. It's mainly character stuff. I think they might have cut that scene out. I could be wrong though.
Oh.
But I like that ending where he's just sitting there.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then his partner, I think it's his partner, is like one of the deputy.
Yeah, his deputy.
He pulls up. I like that ending.
Yeah.
It's good. But yeah, man, Twin Towers.
You know, this film also takes advantage of sound design as well. I can't recall too much of the soundtrack, but the final shootout scene, Sylvester Stallone becomes fully deaf, and we have no audio whatsoever. They just cut it out completely.
You got that ringing though.
You have a ringing,
which is
and
great.
You can hear a little bit underneath of like audio, but I really thought that was pretty clever.
Oh yeah,
clever sound design. What do you think about this one, Mark?
Oh, I liked it very much. Liked it then, like it now.
You saw it in the theater?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, never did. One of the things that I read, though, was that because they cast Stallone, that's why it didn't do so good in the theaters, because he was up against all these hard hitters, and people just thought that he didn't belong. And even they talked about the movie poster. You look at the poster, you know, he's in front, and he's like a fish out of water.
He's top billed, too, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the really sad thing about this is he does a great job in this. You know, not once do you get the feeling of Rambo or Rocky or anything, nothing over the top. He's just a normal guy that he has wishes, and because of his physical shortcomings, he can't, you know, do anything about them.
Looking back, sorry to cut you off, Mark, but
okay.
I almost kind of like get First Blood vibe, because in First Blood he's very reserved, quiet, you know. Like I was almost kind of getting that.
He definitely plays more of a realistic character in the first Rambo compared to the
he's not the over the top, you know, action star yet.
Yeah, because he's just a veteran coming back
it's
from
almost
the war.
more it's almost more of a character study in a way.
Yes, yeah.
Well, the thing that I get, I understand what you're talking about, but I get moody, you know, kind of, I don't know, kind of half brain dead, I guess.
Right.
And in Copland, I don't know, it's like he's just given up. You know, I can't do what I want to do. I'm surrounded by these real cops, and they keep telling me that they're real cops. And so I'm just going to grin and bear it. I'm going to stay out here, and I'm going to get speeders and get cats out of trees, and that's my life.
Right.
I also noticed he's a very real character. He's not like a Superman, perfect man ever, because it opens up with him stealing quarters out of a parking meter.
Yeah, right.
And he's super drunk, and then he tries driving home, and he gets into an accident. And for the rest of the movie, he has a bloody nose from that accident.
Yeah.
To almost remind us, like, you know, this isn't a perfect guy. He could just as well go into the Back the Blue stuff and not say a damn thing, which he doesn't for most of the movie.
Right.
He doesn't say a damn thing about the crimes that the cops are committing.
Right. Well, I thought it's because he's dodging a deer. That's why he crashes. But don't they, like, say, like, oh, he was chasing somebody or something? Don't they kind of, like...
Oh, they try to cover it up?
And it's like, why? What's wrong with not swerving out of the way, not trying to hit a deer? Like, I didn't get that.
Just to show more of how they cover everything up to make the cops look great. I think that his deputy... Oh, man, who's the woman who plays...
Janine Garofalo?
Yeah. She, at one point, she pulls over Harvey Keitel, and he's like, don't you have anything better to do than hustle us, the good guys?
Right.
And she said, if I didn't hustle you guys, there'd be nobody to hustle around in this town.
Right,
Because you guys are the ones committing the crimes and speeding tickets and stuff. In front of schools.
Yeah. Right, yeah, it's a school zone.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that's kind of interesting, too.
Yeah.
They make a lot of that commentary in there.
Right.
Really cool seeing Gina in there, too.
She's one of my favorite people of all time.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, very big fan of Janine Garofalo. I didn't even know she was in this. That was a pleasant surprise.
What else is Janine Garofalo in?
Mystery Men. That's where I know her from. Well, she's been in a bunch. She's like a Rachel Wolfson. She's a stand-up comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mystery Men.
She was in Ratatouille.
Wet Hot American Summer. Yeah, she was in Ben Stiller's show in the 90s. Yeah, she's a hilarious woman. Big
She's
fan.
the hot chick in Ratatouille, the hot animated chick.
Oh, is she?
Colette, I think, pretty sure that's who it is.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Rakakuni.
I just, yeah, I never have crushes on cartoons or anything, but like for some reason, the chick in Ratatouille, I was always. Maybe it's because I was like 10 when that came out.
Would you be offended if I said that you kind of look like the guy in Ratatouille, Roman?
No, people have told me that before.
All right.
What's his name? Remy?
I think so.
The guy that gets controlled by the rat. Oh, okay. It's whoever he's controlling.
Maybe I'm wrong.
You know, sorry to sidetrack us.
This is
into
now
Ratatouille.
a Ratatouille.
This is a Ratatouille podcast.
There we go.
Not even just an episode.
Where we eat Ratatouille. I always forget that that's an actual dish.
Yeah, I want to try it.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. No, people told me I should dress up as him
cosplay.
on Halloween one day.
Cosplay, yeah.
Maybe I could cosplay him.
Yeah.
Put a little rat under my hat.
There you go.
Yeah.
But going back to the textures, even like subtle things like this, there's somebody carved in a yellow betrays the blue.
What does that mean? I was trying to think about what is the
yellow is paramedics.
Oh,
and the paramedics were
interesting,
like not going along with their scheme on the bridge.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like, there's so much texture in this wood grain. You got foam, cigarette butts.
Yeah, it's lived in. It's like we were talking about in Star Wars. That's why I like the first Star Wars. It's just such a lived-in world.
Yeah.
And pretty much that's their world that you're looking at.
Yeah, that's their own little community they've made.
Copland.
All right. Ray Liotta.
Did you guys like him in this?
I thought he was fine. He wasn't in it that much.
Right, yeah.
As much as I wish he was.
Yeah.
But he had that really big scene where he sets his house on fire. We don't know that, of course, but
yeah,
he kills his girlfriend on accident.
Right. Well, I was because we open up. Sylvester Stallone's playing the Lethal Weapon pinball machine, which was cool. He's talking to Tony Soprano's wife.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder what I wonder what the point of that scene was. Wasn't that what they were kind of setting up?
Yeah.
That he was in cahoots with her to blow his house up or whatever.
Yeah.
Because she's part of the bomb squad, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was like a nice little like going back. It's like, oh, that's what that was for.
Yeah. It took me a while to piece that one together for sure.
Yeah. That's a nice little tie-in.
Funny seeing Mrs. Soprano in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Again, there's so many people in this movie.
I think even the girl that he saves from going over the bridge in the past, isn't she from
the one Liz Randone?
Yeah,
the actor. She reminds me of Marissa Tomei.
Oh,
yeah. No, exactly.
My George Costanza coming out.
Yeah, same. She was in this movie, the Spike Lee movie called Jungle Fever. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know if I can ever. Good movie. I don't know if I can ever watch it again though. It's incredibly depressing.
Oh.
But yeah, she was good in that. She's a good actress.
I was wondering if she was in Sopranos too, because she looked.
No, she might have been. Yep, you are correct. Okay. She played Gloria. That's right, Crazy Gloria. Yep, forgot about that.
It seems like a lot of Sopranos characters are in very Soprano-esque movies.
Good point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Ray Liotta too. He pops up in all of them as well.
Yeah,
it's kind of like mob movies.
Yeah,
we're part of the family.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Would you call that typecasting almost in a way?
Somewhat, maybe.
Yeah. Some
characters.
Yeah.
So other than trying to blow up his house, what was his deal?
I think he was just trying to scam for money, right?
Insurance fraud, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just his character in general. You know, I mean,
he's got a drug problem.
Yeah, and he's a cop that they never really let in.
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe that's why he has the drug problem.
His partner got killed.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the partner that got killed was like what they were trying to do with Michael Rappaport's character, from what I gathered. Like something happened and they covered it up and they killed him. Something like that. A lot of cover-ups.
Yeah.
A lot of conspiracies.
I liked Robert Patrick in this one.
Yeah.
With his mustache.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah.
He plays a good, like, bad guy.
Yes, he does.
And I think he had the best death in the film as well.
Yeah.
Where he, like, falls down against the garage and still maintains eye contact with Stallone.
I like it when Ray Liotta shoves the dart up his nose.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That's the last thing I want going up my nose. Well, not the last thing, but not something I want going up my nose. It's gotta hurt.
The T-1000.
Yep.
Yeah.
T-1000 himself.
And he was just in Peacemaker as Peacemaker's dad.
Right, I still need to watch that.
That's a good one.
Harvey Keitel, man.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he's always good, but man, he screwed up this cover-up.
Oh yeah.
I like when he's like kind of like being condescending to Sylvester Stallone. It's like, now you want to come up here and you want to fix this. Well, that's very nice. But you're a boy or something. Like, you're a child.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's very patronizing. It's like, yeah, poor Sylvester Stallone just wants to do the right thing, and no one's doing the right thing around him. He's just kind of shit out of luck. Even Ray Liotta kind of is just like, you know, that's what the one thing I was bummed. I was like, oh no, Ray Liotta's the one who blew the house up. Fuck, I thought he was a cool dude. But then he kind of redeems himself. He comes back at the end of the shootout and rescues, in a way, Sylvester Stallone. I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Good
That's
redemption.
good. Yeah, exactly.
Most of the movies I've seen him in, he plays an asshole.
Yeah, definitely.
And he plays another one in this, but if there's such a thing as a likable asshole,
Yeah, definitely.
then yeah, I think he hits it.
I think he is in this. Yeah.
Other than the whole blowing up the house kind of thing, you
Right.
know.
Yeah. The one.
Which, you know, I could forgive too if he hadn't, you know, killed his wife.
Right. Yeah. And even then, it's like he didn't know she was going to be there. So at least there's that. Yeah.
He was remorseful for that.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's another scene with De Niro. I never knew where my dad got it from because he would always say it to me back in the day. But De Niro, he says, "You blew it."
Yep.
You had your chance and you blew it. You listen to me, you deaf fuck. You blew it.
I like De Niro in this one too, but again, it feels like he wasn't in it too much.
So, yeah.
I did like that scene when he's going to go get coffee and he runs into Harvey Keitel's character and they're like on the run.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I don't know, something about that coffee shop too. It's a really good world
Well,
that they crafted.
after the "you blew it" scene, it's like, I kind of want to eat a sandwich now.
I know, yeah, he made that sandwich look
Yeah.
good.
What kind of sandwich he was eating?
Yeah.
Looked like it had the crusts cut off.
Oh, maybe his mom made it for him. Yeah.
Seems like everybody in that movie lived with their mom.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the movie that I'm going to remember Ray Liotta for, though.
Yeah, I think he does a really good performance in it, though.
He does great, but I think the one that I know him the best from is Ace of Spades from 2007.
Okay.
Have you guys seen that one?
Never seen it. Or you mean, wait, is it Ace of Spades or is it Smoking Aces?
Oh, sorry, Smoking Aces. Thank you, Ian. And he's the one who hasn't seen it.
The Ace of Spades.
Yeah, I'm a savant like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smoking Aces. I've never seen that myself either.
He gets into a really good shootout in an elevator, like a Mexican standoff, and they just gun each other down. That's a really good one.
when the news broke that he had passed away, Roman, you brought up something that I probably remember him most for too. I don't know if you want to bring that up.
To be honest, I don't even remember. It wasn't Goodfellas.
I think you said Tommy Vercetti.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Vercetti. I used to talk about it when we first started doing this show. I would like every time because I was playing it at the time. I would be like, yeah, this totally reminds me of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. But yeah, Tommy Vercetti's the main character in that.
It's my favorite Grand Theft Auto character. That might be my favorite Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah, no, he's a good character for a Grand Theft Auto game.
Like,
they flesh him out and everything, and it helps that he's voiced by, the late great Ray Liotta.
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of good VO talent in that game. But Ray Liotta definitely stands out, and he's the most prevalent. He's your character who you play as.
Exactly.
Kind of crazy that they got like a big movie star to voice him.
Yeah,
because
pretty cool.
I don't know if they do that for any of the other games.
Yeah, at least not any of the main characters that I can think of.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
They always have good, voice actors in their Grand Theft Auto games and stuff, but yeah, you're right. For it to be like the main character that is constantly like saying things to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and he's a lot like. I mean, I don't know if I would say that he's typecast, but he definitely has a certain way of speaking and things like that. So his character, when you're Tommy Vercetti, he's always given these like witty, snappy retorts to stuff. And yeah, it's definitely, you could tell it's Ray Liotta.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I'll remember him for. That and Goodfellas, personally.
Yeah, same. And now I can go back and watch this. I really like this.
Yeah.
I brought up, I also think of when Hannibal Lecter feeds his brain to himself, and then it makes me think of Scary Movie 2. But we should pull that up.
Ray Liotta,
you know what I'm talking?
Scary Movie 2.
Ray, if only. Ray.
Tim Curry.
So there we go. Ray Liotta is in Hannibal. Just type in Ray Liotta Hannibal, and I'm sure it'll come up. Do you know what I'm talking about, Mark?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I had
Yeah.
no idea that was Ray Liotta.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do
That's
you remember
cool.
that in Scary Movie 2 where they do that?
Oh, with the guy who's
Marlon
smoking?
Wayans? Yeah.
And then it's Beetlejuice in his brain.
Yes.
Not
yeah.
Michael Keaton Beetlejuice.
Howard Stern Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's 1 + 1? I'd say about 35.
Spell red. GWO or whatever.
It's the confidence with which he
Yes.
says it.
Yeah, like he's very sure of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is the
And he
shit.
cuts him, and the blood kind of runs down a little bit.
Yeah,
Runs-
yeah.
Ugh.
It's I don't really like that movie that much. It's a Ridley Scott movie actually.
Really?
Yeah, I know, pretty weird.
Ridley.
I'm not. It's going from Silence of the Lambs to that. Just, it's a pretty big step down. But, I mean, to the movie's credit, though, I've never forgotten that fucking scene. So, you know, I mean, feeding someone their own brain, yeah, it's pretty memorable. And it just so happened to be Ray Liotta. And, yeah. But, no, I'm glad, you know, Copland, like, I thought he did a great job. And honestly, like, yeah, if I were ever to tell someone, like, if we're talking, for whatever reason, we're talking about Ray Liotta performances, I bring up, you know, he's pretty good in Copland.
Yeah.
Really good in Copland. Unlawful Entry is another one. I just watched that last year. That's a really good movie. Kurt Russell and him.
Never heard of it.
It's really good.
Mark, what about you? What are you going to remember Ray Liotta for?
Goodfellas.
Yeah.
I think that would be most people's for sure.
And rightfully so. He's great in it.
Mm-hmm. He's in the B movie.
Oh, God.
He testifies.
Oh,
no.
Gets pissed off and tries to kill the bee. Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wild Hogs.
You guys ever seen Field of Dreams?
long time ago.
I've never seen
Long
it.
time ago.
I've seen parts on TV, but I've
If
never
you
watched the whole
will
thing.
be.
He plays Shoeless Joe Jackson. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Oh, what's that from? Do you know?
Walter says it in Big Lebowski. He was like,
Oh,
he's a
yeah.
pacifist.
Yeah, really?
I did not know that.
They believe in nothing. Say what you want about the tenets of National Socialism, dude. At least it's an ethos.
Yes.
Walter. He's based off of some director. Have you heard that?
John Milius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never.
Coming soon, hopefully, our review of the Big Lebowski. Because boy, oh boy, can we talk about that fucking movie? I don't think
Our next 4-hour
I don't
video.
think I don't think a review goes by that we don't reference that fucking movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
I
good
think
for
it-
like one Big Lebowski and one Seinfeld per episode.
You know how like in Seinfeld, there's
It's in
like
my
a
contract.
picture of Superman in every episode.
Yeah.
I think in our there's a Big Lebowski reference in every single episode of ours.
Yeah,
Probably.
I would believe it.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I was doing South Park all the time.
We should hella do Big Lebowski.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
The landlord just passed away.
Exactly.
They
We gotta
invented
dedicate
a
it to the-
Scrabble.
Rip.
Yeah. Marty. Was it Marty the
Yeah,
landlord?
Marty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Marty.
Hey, dude.
Dude. Oh, boy.
Do we have anything else to say
My
about
dance
Copland?
quintet. That's what we could be, the dance quintet. Yeah, his dance is just so weird.
Yeah.
Dun,
Yeah, the
dun,
music.
dun.
Oh, boy. But Copland, I really like Copland. I thought it was
Yeah.
a very, very, very well done movie. One of Sylvester Stallone's best performances, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He was great. He stole the show. And it's funny because he's so reserved. It's not a grandiose performance, and I think that's what's so great about it.
Yeah.
You know, you really buy him, especially when he's like, he goes to Robert De Niro's office. He's just like, what about Ray, blah, blah, blah. What about Joey Randone? You know, it's just like, he's just so defeated.
Yeah.
You just really buy it.
And you can see him after he asks those questions. He goes from that back to the yokel kind of thing, you know,
Yeah.
with the little grin, you know, and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And then,
Yeah.
just those subtleness of that.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's not grandiose, bombastic, anything like that. He's just,
Right.
there's something to be said about that.
Definitely.
You know, my favorite scene is the one before that when he's in the bar and Harvey Keitel is letting him have it, and you see him he goes from this the reverse. He goes from yokel and he gets that seriousness. You know, he loses that. He gets that in his eyes, you know, and it's on, but you're not really scared that it's on. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah.
That was a good scene when Harvey started going into him in the bar.
Yeah. Again, another great performance.
Yeah. Forget about it.
Yeah. Forget about it.
That's your favorite scene, Mark. Carlos, what do you think your favorite scene would be?
Oh man, probably the final shootout.
Yeah.
It was so unique. Just coming up the steps with a shotgun and you can't even hear anything.
Yep. Shotgun jams. That was kind of interesting, you know, like again, I was just like, oh, come on, Stallone. Come on, man. Kill these motherfuckers.
You didn't know. Like, can he pull it off?
Yeah.
Right. You don't know because he's got all these other big stars in there. You
exactly.
know, who are they going to kill off?
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of good squibs going through, a lot of blood leaking everywhere.
Yes, sir.
And I think that might be one of my favorite final, like, deaths of a boss person in a movie. Is Harvey Keitel is on the ground and he's like saying fuck you, basically.
Yeah.
And then Sylvester Stallone just says, I can't even hear you.
Yeah.
Like, cold-blooded.
Great.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got to give this one, I think I'll give it a 4 out of 5, though. Because it does have a little bit of a lull in the middle of it, I think, where I was kind of checking my watch. I was like, okay, you know, I'm ready to kind of start getting there. Let's get to the point. But I really like Michael Rappaport was really good in this one. We had all-star cast. Harvey Keitel was awesome. Stallone was amazing. Yeah.
What did you think the character with the one where his wife is kind of sleeping around with Sylvester Stallone? What did you think of that character?
I don't know.
I think that was kind of maybe I like that actor a lot, but like I think maybe that would have been the most least interesting character.
Yeah,
maybe.
I couldn't even tell you who that actor was.
It's Peter Berg. So I was naming. Mark brought up before we were recording. He directs now, right? Yeah.
Wow.
But I remember he's in this movie with Robert Patrick called Fire in the Sky, which is a good alien abduction movie. And have you seen that, Roman? Mm-hmm. You have?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we got to talk about that sometime.
When I was first learning about aliens, I'm like, aliens are real.
I just watched that like a month ago.
That's a crazy movie.
It is.
People say it's the scariest like abduction scene.
It's pretty freaky.
Oh, damn.
It's pretty freaky.
Based off a true story.
That's probably not true. Yeah, but who knows? But he's in that, and he's in Wes Craven's classic Shocker. Okay. I say classic with air quotes. It's a fine movie, but it's not. It's no Nightmare on Elm Street. It's no Scream. Yeah. But it was kind of cool to see Method Man throw him off a building, though. Or he doesn't really throw him off a building. He kind of like dangles him, and then I guess Peter Berg just kind of loses grip and falls to his death.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that as much as I like Peter Berg, probably the most least interesting character.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he didn't have too much to do. Very forgettable character.
Because that part of the movie, yeah, maybe the lullness for sure.
Yeah. What do you give this one, Mark?
4. I agree. Yep.
I'll give it a 4 as well. I'll copycat you guys. Very good. I'm glad I watched it. It was just I did have a great time watching it.
Yeah.
So much so that I want to watch again. I want to watch the director's cut. So,
definitely. What does the director's cut add?
It's just a lot of character stuff. Okay. I guess the director prefers that.
Interesting.
So I would like to watch it.
I recommend it to you, Roman. Too,
yeah,
if you want
yeah,
to watch
man. I would highly recommend it.
It's on HBO Max right now, so probably watch it in these
HBO
next
Max.
couple days.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah.
Celebrate Ray Liotta.
Did we flesh out your favorite scene, Ian?
I like the shootout. I like, if I were to choose a favorite scene, I'll just go with the "you blew it, you had your chance, you blew it." I like that scene a lot.
That is good.
Him and Robert De Niro are great, or Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro are great in that.
Yeah.
Makes me want to go have a sandwich with Robert De Niro. But, yeah.
I just saw the clip, and the sandwich did look pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we won't have tissues for napkins, though. That would suck. I don't like using tissues for napkins. So hopefully
what kind of sandwich is that, you think?
Turkey.
Well, there's definitely lettuce in it.
Did I see avocado?
Probably not. It's New York. They don't have avocados in New York.
I think you know what it is.
Yeah. Probably turkey. Probably. Just a turkey sandwich from the the local market down the street.
A local deli.
The local catering unit on the production of the film. Yeah. The other guy eats the sandwich too. Robert De Niro lets the other guy have his sandwich. Like, you want some of this? Starts eating it. Yeah.
Sandwiches.
Too bad
with the
Sylvester
crust cut off.
Hopefully unfortunately Sylvester Stallone didn't get to have any of the sandwich. Poor guy. He just gets made fun of for being deaf and gets yelled at.
Right.
Doesn't even get to try the sandwich and then leaves. He's got a good last line. He's like, "People are all the same," and slams the door. It's good. At least he gets the last word. In.
Yep.
Last night we ate.
Sandwiches with Robert De Niro. Yeah.
And Shaggy and Scooby. I could eat one of their sandwiches too.
Scooby Dooby, the sandwich that goes like all the way up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
The double tripper, triple decker, man. Did you guys ever see The Hunt for Red October?
Yeah.
Yeah. When they're in the captain's room and they're all eating, and he's down at the end of the table, and he's eating, and he's kind of...
Which act? Who's he?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sean Connery.
Okay.
And he's kind of smacking his lips a little bit and that kind of stuff. And they use this little silver fork, and he's eating. And I don't know. It's every time I see that scene, I get hungry. It's just really weird.
That's funny. Christian and I were talking about that. Like, we watch stuff a lot where like someone's eating something and like that just happens. It's like, I kind of want that now. Like, we were watching something like, I can't remember what it was, but like we both like, I think Christian said at first, is like, this kind of makes me want to go get that. I'm like, yeah, dude, same. Yeah. Like, I don't know what it is.
I watch Hot Ones whenever they come out, and I'm always like, I need some hot wings.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
I just like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pizzas.
Yeah.
They'll be like real gooey.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Goofy movie, how they have the Cheese Whiz cans.
The Leaning Tower of Jesus. Yeah. I like those movies. Those movies are fun.
They're pretty goofy.
An extremely goofy movie.
That shit's goofy.
Yeah, pretty goofy. It's great.
Yeah, I'm glad you got us to watch Copland, though. It's really nice seeing Ray Liotta and, remembering that guy. He was a good actor.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he will be missed.
Yes.
And he did really good in this movie, and he had a decent part, not a lot, but yeah.
I liked him.
He did his job.
Yeah. I like how he and like Sylvester Stallone, did they share a house or something? Like, it almost seems like they kind of live with each other.
No, I think he stayed with Stallone because his house got blew up.
Duh.
That makes sense, yeah.
That makes so much sense. Thank you. I'm an idiot. Just thought they were metrosexual buddies.
Jesus.
Well, at the beginning, his deputy was there. It's like,
oh, that's right. Yeah, they're having breakfast together. Yeah.
So
right,
it sounds like he's just the...
Yeah. It's like Jerry's apartment in Seinfeld. People just walk in and just start having cereal. Yeah.
Well, good pick, Ian.
Thank you.
And next week we'll be talking about Jurassic Park. Thank you for listening. And like, comment, and subscribe. And we will talk to you next time. Later.
See ya.
Bye.
That one I was telling you about.
How do you say it?
Grandma one time, and she would like get in the car and like be like,
oh, okay.
and she just kept doing it over and over again. It's pretty hot today, huh?
That's hilarious.
So we always do that.
I thought you would say it like the way you like. Now it makes more sense. Cause like she went shwoo, like shwoo,
swing,
swing, swing,
swing. Na 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 na.